Hello and welcome to Mitwa, where I'm Madhurima, Sappatti, a burnout soul coach and an extremely multi-passionate person. I'm going to be a friend, philosopher, and guide through this journey called life. Now, the channel Mitwa is focused on burnouts, right? Like, I want to take a deeper dive onto the many reasons why people might face burnout. Burnout is something which is very specific to each person. The reason why I might go through a burnout might not be the same reason why you might be going through a burnout or might go through a burnout in the future. And so my aim is to cover as many triggers as possible and hopefully help you and navigating, overcoming, and preventing it in the future. So let's go. In last week's topic, I spoke about how solopreneurs are in need, how we need more entrepreneurs who are love driven rather than fear driven. In today's video, I want to talk about why you should not become an entrepreneur. And it's a very simple thing, to be honest. This is something that I have been working on and I have been observing for quite a few years, to be completely honest. And that is, don't become an entrepreneur if you want to prove your worth, if you want to prove something to someone. And here's why. Let me give you an example. I'll also be discussing the three reasons why, but I want you to kind of envision the scenario and I'll also give you a personal example after this. Let's say you work in a 9 to 5 where you're not really working in a 9 to 5, you're working from 9 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock in the night or something along those lines. And you are not exactly happy with it. This was something that you loved doing at one point of time in your life, and you don't really love it anymore. You don't like your boss, you don't like your coworkers, you're angry and irritated throughout the day. And so one night, while you're contemplating life, as we do, as we do, as we, we're like existential crisis time, I should have like a nice meal. Na 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 na. Okay, never mind. Let's say you're contemplating life and you go, you know what? I feel like I can open a company and do the same thing that I'm doing right now, but do it better and help a lot of people. And I congratulate and celebrate you for that. But let's say you go out there and you tell your boss that, hey, I'm quitting. And you tell your coworkers that this is your plan. And you tell your family that this is your plan. And they're all against it for different reasons. Suddenly, your mindset shifts from I'm going to do a better job at this and help a lot of people to I need to prove my worth. I need to prove these people wrong. And that's why your entire mindset shifts and the reason why you're doing what you're doing kind of shifts. Right? It's no longer in service of people, it's to prove your worth. It becomes about you and not about them, about the people that you want to help. And that's why you should not be an entrepreneur. I know this sounds kind of silly, right? But let me give you an example. When I decided to become a soul coach, an acquaintance of my dad, he reached out to me and he goes, hey, what are you planning to do? And I'm like, yeah, I decided to be a soul coach. And he's like, oh, okay. But can you do it? I mean, you haven't really experienced that many things to be a spiritual coach, right? Like, let me do one thing. Let me give you a number of this guru that I follow. You can reach out to him and talk to him. And you can actually learn rather than doing this. And I was just like, what? Like, this was gaslighting at whole another level, right? Like, I was just like, he doesn't know what I'm planning on doing. He doesn't understand where I am coming from and the mission, which at that point of time was to help people who are going through anxiety basically anchor down with the help of spirituality. And he just thought that because I haven't experienced enough trauma in my life, which I did, but like everyone experiences trauma and react to it in a completely different way. But he thought that I wasn't at a high enough level to do something like this. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to prove my point. I'm going to prove him wrong. And then literally a minute later, I was like, I'm not going to do that. Here's why. And I'm basically giving away the entirety of this video. Don't let that be your primary focus. Let that be something that is kind of like a byproduct, that yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to build my company, I'm going to help a lot of people, and while we are at it, I might as well prove someone wrong. But don't start a company to prove someone wrong, right? That the entire focus of your company, the entire focus, the entire drive to do what you want to do shifts. So let's focus on the three reasons why you should not start a company if you just want to prove your worth to someone. Mindset. Now, when you start a company just to prove your worth, you go from the abundance mindset to the scarcity mindset. And now, what abundance mindset basically is, I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, she's going into the woo woo part. I'm not. What abundance mindset basically means is knowing that you're enough and working from there, right? Like knowing that you got this, knowing that you know your worth and that is enough, knowing that you're working on yourself and improving yourself and building yourself and that is enough, right? It also brings into something that is progress over perfection. I know right now, when you see this video, it's made with my phone's camera. I have a really good mic. I'm not saying I don't. I have a good light up setting. But lighting setting, lighting setting. But I know that this is not perfection. This is progress. I do this now, I learn now, and I grow. And my mindset is towards helping people. Remember, knowing that people are already in awareness and I am helping them remember. And that is my mindset. That is my goal. However, if you go into the scarcity mindset, which usually happens if I go into the thought process of I need to prove my worth to this dude who just told me that I can't be a soul coach, I will be like, in the scarcity mindset, it's almost similar to I need to prove my worth. I need to do this. I need this. I need clients. I need money. I need this. Your worth basically equates to how your business does, right? Like if let's say you have 10 high paying clients 1 month, you're amazing. You proved your worth. You're awesome. And let's say the very next month you don't have any clients. You suck. You're a loser. And you are in that state of I need, because if I don't have, I'm going to lose and I'm going to be worthless. And that mindset shifts automatically, right? I just did unagi. But you get the point, right? Like you go from I know my worth and I am going to do what best serves my business and the people I want to serve to I need clients, I need money, I need to do this because if I don't, I am worthless. So that mindset, that game is something that is extremely important for an entrepreneur, right? And you can ask this to any entrepreneur, you know, your mentors, your coaches, they will let you know that at any point of time, you start building up from your mind. You start internally and then go to the external factors, right? You need to enter that mind game and you need to be in that space of I am aware of where I am. I know where I need to go and I know the steps that I want to take to go there. And so if you kind of flatter a bit and if you fail, which is normal, every entrepreneur fails in one aspect or another, you learn from your mistakes rather than blaming yourself. It becomes a external stress factor and an internal stress factor because externally your business is not doing well, so you're stressed about that. Internally you're just like I am useless and I am worthless, and so you internally build up that stress as well, right? So mindset 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 is important. Now let's dive into the second reason, which is focus. Now, if you want to be an entrepreneur because you want to prove your point, your focus and the entire reason that you do anything in your business goes from I want to help and serve these people better to I need to prove my worth. Doing this will help me prove my worth. The goals that you set, it's not to progress your business, it's rather to build up your worth, right? It's something that's internal. It's something that's like I don't trust myself enough, I don't believe in myself enough, and I need to prove myself to show to all these people that I'm amazing, right? And so the focus, as I said earlier in this video, the focus shifts from them to you, from your clients to you, right? And this is something that every entrepreneur experience. Let me let you in on a secret, right? Every entrepreneur experiences imposter syndrome where it becomes about them, right? One reason why you might be facing imposter syndrome is because you're constantly in the need to prove yourself as a worthy person, as someone who's amazing, right? But the easiest and the hardest way, let me repeat this, the easiest and the hardest way to get out of imposter syndrome is remember that it's about them and not about you. It's about progress and not about perfection. It's about getting out of the loop of me to making it about them, right? And so that is something that's extremely important when you are focusing on growing your company, on building it up, on helping more clients, on expanding your business, on expanding your mind. You are doing it from a place of I want to serve them to the best of my capability rather than I want to prove myself. I want to get my honor back. Zuko moment there. If you guys know this, okay, you know what? I'm going to take a deeper dive into this. Now, if you are a fan of the Avatar series, you know that right from the very beginning, Zuko wants to capture the Avatar not because it's going to help the Fire Nation, not because, you know, obviously it is to help the Fire Nation, but the major reason why he wants to do this is to prove that he is honorable, is to prove that he is worthy, right?
Once I deliver the Avatar to my father, he will welcome me home with honor and restore my rightful place on the throne.
And so later on in the series, I'll add a clip here. Later on in the series, when he decides to let Appa go, he falls sick because of the internal conflict, right? Because his focus just shifted from I want to get my honor back to I want to be a good person and help, right? And that creates such a huge conflict that it makes him fall sick.
You did the right thing, letting the Avatar's bison go free.
I don't feel right.
Zuko!
And that's the thing, right? It's better. The reason why I'm sharing this right now, especially if you are an entrepreneur who's about to transition from full time 9 to 5 work to becoming an entrepreneur, is you have the opportunity right now to start right. Okay, like even if you make some mistakes, again, progress over perfection, but you have the opportunity to start right. If you find yourself in the mindset of I want to prove myself. I want to prove myself to my family that I am amazing. I want to prove it myself to my boss who sucks that I can do a better job at it than him. Your mindset is wrong. You are constantly in the drive, in the need to prove yourself, which then shifts your focus again from helping people to helping yourself. It becomes about you. Now, let's segue into the third point, which is motivation. Let me let you in on a secret. Let's say you start your business wanting to prove that you can do a better job at it than your boss. It then shifts to wanting to prove to your father, let's say, hashtag daddy issues. Not for me, for anyone who resonates with this. Just kidding. You want to prove to your father that you can build your company from a 3 figure to a 5 figure business. It then shifts, the focus shifts from your boss to your dad. Let's say after that point of time, it shifts to your mentor who tells you that you can't charge so much for a client because no one's going to pay it. So then your proof worthiness shifts from your boss to your dad to your mentor, right? But here's the deal, there is the concept behind this, the reason why I'm sharing this is There's not going to be a person always going to motivate you to prove yourself, right? You will then be dependent. Your business will then be dependent. Hear this. Your business will then be dependent on a person who's not a part of the company, who's not a part of the internal company and the group, so that they can progress. Your business, your worth, your employees, their lives will all be dependent on you having someone who's constantly pushing you to prove your worth. That's a very scary place to be at. And that's messed up, right? Because then what happens is, even if you want to start off as a love driven entrepreneur, someone who motivates their employees from love, if something happens in your business, if your business crashes, you go from love to fear in a snap, in a heartbeat. Because now it's not the company, it's not the business, it's not the employees, it's not the clients, it's you and your worth that comes into question. Comment the fire emoji if this is landing for you, because this is something that's extremely huge, right? Like your motivation, there's not going to be an enemy, there's not going to be a villain who's always going to challenge you to grow. You need to have that drive internally to progress, to continuously learn, to be someone who can run this company and do it amazingly, right? To be someone who's there to support their employees, not to hammer them with the concept of get more clients, get more money, I need this to work. If it doesn't, I am a loser. And that in turn means that you guys are all losers. And so it just becomes a hell driven cycle, right? It becomes a loop. It becomes the reason why I mentioned that we need more solopreneurs. You stop being the solopreneur we need. You stop being the entrepreneur we need. You become the big fat corporation that doesn't care. Not because you don't care, but because from the very beginning, the reason why you started doing this all was to prove your worth to someone, which is not necessary. Now, as we come to the end of the three reasons why, I know a lot of people are like, how is this related to burnout? A huge aspect of burnout is that people tend to, especially when it is something that they're passionate about, become just this one person. I believe that we are split into multiple personalities and multiple aspects of ourselves. I am many things. I am, again, a multi passionate person who loves a lot of things and loves them in different ways. But when you start out wanting to prove your worth, you become this person who has a stamp on their mind that says worthless, right? Like, I am worthless. What this does is it becomes your entire personality. Every time you decide, hey, it's time to rest, let me end my work, there is that nagging feeling in your mind, but what if I take a break? And what if I miss an opportunity? And what if that leads to me being the worthless person that I believe I am, and that I'm trying so hard to share to the world that, hey, I'm not worthless, I've got this, I'm amazing. That's the thing, right? It's not a good place to be in. And so I invite you, hey, I believe this as a coach that we are all aware of our own true selves. We might not share it with the world. We might not go out there and be like, this is me, these are my flaws. And we, while trying to be authentic, we might not share it to everyone, right? But you are aware internally of who you are. And so it's not too late. If you think that you are someone who has been working from the concept of I need to prove myself, just a reminder, you don't. You are enough. And you are going to be enough for the rest of your life. You're going to continue to grow. You're going to continue to build. You're going to continue to learn. and you are going to be enough, and that's enough. Let this land. If you need help, reach out to me in the links below. I would be honored to help you guys out. I'd be honored to remind you what you're already aware of, which is you are awesome to begin with. You got this. Don't worry. I hope this lands. I hope this resonates. And so, as we end this video, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you. Lots and lots and lots and lots of love. Thank you so much for sticking till the end of this video. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Bye.